What's up YouTube? Welcome to Gulp Stream Outdoors, where I help you catch more fish. Today we're going to talk about my top 5 lures for beginning lure fishermen. Are they artificials? Are they lures? Are they lures? I'm going to go with lures because that's how I say it. Alright guys, let's go. Hey guys, I just want to say I don't have anything against fishing with baits. I grew up throwing baits. Shrimp under popping cork was my go-to, and it absolutely 100% works. But the problem is, it is expensive as heck when you get into it, right? And if you're fishing off of a kayak or wade fishing, it really becomes difficult to keep that bait alive for an extended period of time. So what I'm going to show you today is some lures that I first started getting into lure fishing with. The criteria is, one, they have to be easy to use, right? You can't need special gear, special retrieve, special rod, nothing special about the way you have to use these lures, right? They just work very simply. And number 2, they have to catch fish, right? Using a lure that doesn't catch fish isn't going to be very fun. So in no particular order, let's go. First up is Gulp. This stuff is pretty much bait, right? It produces under a popping cork, it produces on a jig, it produces fish on the bottom. It just friggin' works. What I got here is the new penny shrimp. It's part of the giveaway. This is what you'll be getting, this one right here. And you can also use a swim mullet. Swim mullet absolutely slays flounders when they're running. This is what I like to use if I'm going for trout and redfish. The new penny or the white with chartreuse, doesn't really matter. This stuff works very well. You know how I know it works? You can catch hardheads on it, gaff top, all the same fish you catch with a regular bait, you can catch with this guy. But the easiest thing to do with this is throw it under your popping cork, take your shrimp off, throw one of these on, and you're good to go. You might want to fish it with a jig head, but you don't really have to. It just friggin' works. Nothing special to it. Lure number 2, the gold spoon. A classic, super simple to use. Throw it out there, reel it in. It's not that tricky. If you want to get a little fancy, you can vary your retrieve speeds. You go slow, go fast, go slow, go fast. You can give it a little jerk if you want to. And you can see how that works in this video right here. But really, throw it out there, reel it in. I got a great video that I'll link right up here on how I rig these. I throw the swivel on ahead of time. I put a split ring on there just so I don't have to mess with it when I'm out there. Absolute killer redfish, flounder, speckled trout lure, the gold spoon. This is the weedless. This is one you'll get as part of the giveaway. And here's another spoon that's part of the giveaway. Replace that treble hook with a single hook for me, please. Thank you. All right, and number 3, soft plastic paddle tail. This is by far my number 1 lure that I throw. It just produces day after day after day. And there's really 2 ways to fish it. One, you can throw it on a jig head underneath your popping cork, pop to your heart's content, and it will produce fish. And the second way, throw it on a jig head, or you can rig it weedless on like an owner twist lock hook, for example, and just throw it out and give it a retrieve, right? Really, the only thing you need to do is the slower you reel it in, the deeper it's gonna go, and the faster, the higher it's gonna go. You can jerk it a little if you want to, but really, throw it out there, reel it in, put it under your popping cork, and pop it to your heart's content to give it a little action, and you're gonna catch fish. This is my go-to lure, and it's super easy to fish. So the only thing you need to really consider when you're buying soft plastics is I like to have a variety of colors. Really, just think about dark and light. So dark color lures produce in murkier water, lighter color lures produce in clearer water, as a typical, as a generality, I guess you would say. So, you know, I like to go with the glow chartreuse tail. These are Bass Assassins. You're gonna get this pack. This guy has produced a lot of fish for me. This is the, I used to call it pumpkin, but it's goldfish from BioBait. You're gonna get a pack of these. This is the cow shad. So this is another thing to think about is different sizes. So these are small. These are 3 1/4 inch, I think. Great for springtime. The bigger baits, like the goldfish here, summer into fall. These are Purple Rain down south, darker color lures, chartreuse tail, absolutely killer. And these are baby bass, I think. It's almost 4 inch, 3.75 inch bio baby bass. I use all of these different kinds of lures, all produce fish, and I'm gonna send them all to you as part of the giveaway. And I'm gonna send you these as well. 1/4 ounce jig head and some owner weighted, belly weighted hooks, beast hooks with the center pin twisty thing on there. These are awesome. I use these all the time. All right, next up, we're going with the artificial shrimp. These things also slay, just like soft plastics. Z-Man Easy Shrimps, DOA, what are these called? I just call them DOA shrimp. I guess they are DOA shrimp. And these are some new ones I've been trying out. Berkeley Power Bait Saltwater. They got little rattles in them. But these, the DOA and the Easy Shrimp, absolutely slay. Again, this is something you can take your live shrimp off your popping cork, throw one of these on, and you will continue to catch fish. You can also fish these without a popping cork. That's how I usually fish them. Produce flounder, redfish, speckled trout. Super easy to retrieve. Just kind of reel it, give it a jerk, reel. This is the most complicated lure I'm gonna give you today. But again, if you're used to fishing shrimp under popping cork, slap one of these on and away you go. You think you need a little extra something, get yourself some Procure shrimp. I like the gel. Just kind of slather it up in the gel. If you're having trouble catching fish, that can put you over the top there. All right, last but not least, number 5 is a lure I see a lot of people not using that often, and I'm talking about the wake bait. This lure is one of my favorite lures to throw, and it is super, super simple to use. You throw it out there and you reel it in. This lure does all the work. You'll hear a lot of pros talk about top water bites. That's my search lure. I throw it in the morning, I throw it in the evening. It works all year round, it works all the time. This basically replaces the top water lure in your arsenal. And again, you throw it out there and you reel it in. The only thing you need to think about is whether I'm gonna reel it fast or whether I'm gonna reel it slow. See, it's got rattles. Probably been rattling it too much. This lure, for me, replaces top waters and crankbaits. So crankbait is another lure that's easy to use. Throw it out there and reel it in. But where I fish, shallow marshes, usually under 3 feet of depth, most crankbaits are gonna go too deep for me. So I throw this instead. Absolutely killer bait. You're gonna get this one as part of the giveaway. So, the giveaway, you're gonna get all that stuff I just showed you below. All you need to do is drop a comment on this video. I'm going to pick on a certain date that'll be right here. I'll put it in later. I'll pick a random comment and I'll mail all these lures out to you, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. You probably do want to hit that subscribe button, so when I do upload that video, announcing the winner, you'll be ready to go. But that's it. Drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, and you'll be entered in, and I'll give away some lures. Thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Watch these other videos. Peace. Oh my God, it's hot.